We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Yeah. So Coach Kirksey kind of be like, no, we're proud of you. Come on out. You guys have all played football before. You know what these teams practice like. If y'all was watching, he had a great practice today, batting some balls down, getting some TFLs and things like that. So it was frustrating in the beginning, but as spring ball is ending, a lot of people have picked up on what we're supposed to be doing and being in the right place at the right time, and therefore making plays. So we've been doing a good job.
What do you think about Rashid's progress from last year to this year, just how much he's evolved?
It's been good. I mean, I never played tight end, so I don't know. I don't know the transition, but I can imagine that it's a tough thing, transitioning, because D-line is a hard position to play. So he came in, he was confused. He's a tall guy, and especially on the defensive offensive line, it's all about leverage. It's all about how low you can get. So it's hard for him to get lower than a lot of guys. So I can imagine that being really frustrating for him and things like that. But he's come around. He's strong. He's big. All he needs to do is get his pass low, and he's gonna be a force.
How much does the last 2 games of the season play into your mindset as a defense, and how well the defense played? Not just sacks and overall in those last 2 games play into what you guys kind of want to prove when you go out there in the fall?
It's just, I mean, we knew all along what type of team we was. We just couldn't put it in numbers and put it in paper. We couldn't do the things that we had to do, and that was all about executing. And I mean, we always know what type of defense we are. It's just about executing it and putting it on film.
Running around fast, trying to make plays, trying to forget about it, and it's coming along good.
After missing those couple practices, do you feel like you were able to pick up where you left off and get into just understanding the defense?
Yeah. Going out, a little hamstring, it got me to be able to, I had to do stuff mentally, watch film, watch them out, take mental reps, and I did that. And I think it, kept me on point by the time I got back.
Do you feel the defense is where you thought it would be this far into the spring in terms of understanding a new scheme and just kind of being comfortable with it?
Well, yeah, I think the defense did a really good job, this spring, learning, and all understanding, and as a defense, we come together and, try to understand it together. So when we out there, because we all doing it together. So I think we did a pretty good job with understanding it. We're going to do real good. We're going into the fall with it.
When you talk about togetherness, I think you really see that on the field in terms of, you guys you're not having to run again in that drill, and then at the same time, you guys are the ones always cheering. Do you feel like there's a lot of togetherness on the defense?
Yeah, definitely. The defense is real tight. Everybody know each other. Hang together on and off the field. We all trying to compete and try to make the offense better, like they're trying to make us better. I think the defense is doing a really good job.
Do you feel like what you guys went through last year, and that just didn't seem like anything would go right for you guys until those last 2 games? Do you feel like that kind of conditioned you guys to kind of be ready for a breakout type thing?
Yeah, it definitely did. Going into last year, having a little rough season, but picking up at the end of the year, I think it gave us a lot of confidence coming into the spring, and letting us know that we can win games.
Yeah, the thing that I've judged on is the big plays. We started out giving up quite a few big plays, and even each day there'd be 3 or 4 big plays. And here the last couple of days, we've gotten away from giving up the big plays. So yeah, I'd say at least we're getting more sound responsibility-wise.
It seems like you're generating more big plays, though. Like as a defense, do you feel like you guys are ahead at all right now?
I don't know if we're ahead at all, but I'm pleased where we're at. And it all started like. We probably got 2/3 of our stuff in, and we basically quit putting in things and let them. And I'll tell you what, they've just started playing faster and faster and faster. They've got more comfortable with stuff, so that's helped a lot. Just to quit installing, and we're like, hey, pretty soon here we got to see how good football players are without just thinking all the time. So that's been helpful. We haven't really taught anything new here lately. Just let them play.
It seems like the defense is very tight as a group. Do you feel like that comes out in their play on the field?
Hope so. That's where the lack of, giving up big plays shows. I think that's all about it. Is everybody taking care of their job and doing what they're supposed to do. And I mean, we preach all the time, care about the guy next to you more than you care about yourself. And as it's went along in the spring, we've had less and less critical mistakes and guys doing what they're supposed to do.
What did you think about Rashid Hageman today, batting down a couple balls?
Yeah, it was good. I can tell you, that's probably the group that's improved the most overall as a D-line. And it's been a big change because we've let him get up the field. And I think here the last, 4 or 5 practices, they did a good job of getting more up the field. And you know, it's harder to throw that ball when people are closing the gap in between you, as opposed to quarterback having 5 or 6 yards to throw the ball all the time. So I think the improved play of the defense, I mean, it always starts up front, and I think the guys up front are being more aggressive.
A couple weeks ago, you said you were really pleased with Troy. How have you seen him progress in the last couple weeks? Because he still probably has a little to learn, you know?
Oh yeah, no question. But again, he is playing faster, and the few, you know, the hardest thing in the secondary is all the splits, and then they bunch receivers and motions, and those kids are getting a lot more comfortable with it. And that's where the mistakes were coming in. But he can get out of a break fine. He's instinctively he's very good. But at the same time, all of a sudden, you know, Shady has shown up here the last 2 weeks. He's got more comfortable and played so much better. So I'm pretty pleased, really, going into where we're at now. That we're not giving up a bunch of big plays, and we're playing with a lot more energy. I think the kids seem like they're having fun now, as opposed to before when they were learning all this stuff.
Do you still feel like the secondary is an area where a lot of kids coming in during the fall will probably get a chance to play more than the linebackers and defensive line?
Yeah, but I give the kids credit in the secondary. Some of them, you know, we've had a handful of them raised up to where some of those younger kids are going to have to work a little bit, you know, now, to where first we thought we were going to just have to play some of them, and like say Shady and some of those guys have come along enough to where, yeah, Chase Havlin has, even Mike Carter's improved a bunch since we got going here. So it's one of those things where now it's good. Those freshmen, they're going to have to compete to get a job. As long as the ones here do what they're supposed to in the summer, you know, that's a big. All of a sudden, you know, here we get done Saturday, and until August something, we're done with it, you know, and so you know, they got to listen to Coach Klein and have a good summer, and you know, the kids will get together and they'll do what we call pops or player-only practices a couple times a week, and as long as they do those types of things and prepare themselves, they just can't fall backwards.
Coach Kill said when he first got him in the spring,